Stop. Put down the rotisserie chicken for 1 second. If you've spent the last few years wandering the aisles of Costco like a ghost, searching for that one specific label that disappeared without a trace, I have news that is going to change your next warehouse run. You think you know what's on those shelves? You don't. Because while the rest of the world was complaining about inflation and shrinking packages, Costco corporate was quietly listening to the thousands of petitions, the Reddit threads, and the angry comments. They did the unthinkable. They brought them back. But here's the secret. They didn't all come back the way you remember. Some are disguised. Some are better. And one of them? It's currently causing a literal frenzy in the freezer section. I'm Kaka, and for the last 15 years, I've made it my mission to decode the inventory logic of the Issaquah headquarters. I've tracked the rise and fall of the Chuo, and I've felt the sting of a discontinued tag right in my soul. I know that feeling. You find the perfect snack, the perfect easy dinner, and then, poof, it's replaced by a generic alternative that tastes like cardboard. Well, wipe those tears, because we are diving into the 6 legends that have officially returned from the dead. Now, you might be asking, Kaka, is the combo pizza back? Well, yes and no. And that brings us to our first surprise comeback. For years, the food court was a shell of its former self. We lost the onions, we lost the condiment cranks, and we lost the soul of the warehouse, the combo pizza. But late last year, the flavors we've been craving made a shocking return in a brand new form, the combo calzone. Now, I know what you're thinking. A calzone isn't a pizza, Kaka. Stick with me here. Inside this golden brown, flaky crust is the exact DNA of the legend we lost. We're talking the Italian sausage, the pepperoni, the green peppers, the onions, and, yes, those divisive olives. It's the greatest hits album of the Costco food court, repackaged for 2026. The kicker? It's actually more portable for those of us trying to eat while pushing a flatbed full of 40-pound bags of dog food. But it gets even better. If you thought the calzone was a victory, wait until you hear about the holy grail of the deli section. I'm talking about the hot turkey and provolone sandwich. This wasn't just a sandwich. It was a lifestyle. When Costco replaced this with the roast beef sandwich, which, let's be honest, was overpriced and underwhelming, the fans went nuclear. I personally saw people on TikTok staging protests in the food court. Well, the data is in. The roast beef experiment failed, and the hot turkey and provolone is officially reclaiming its throne. It's got that warm, crusty bread and that melted cheese that makes you forget you just spent $400 on just a few things. But here's the catch you need to know before you sprint to the deli. The price hasn't stayed in 2019, but the flavor definitely has. If you thought the return of a sandwich was big news, you haven't seen what they just did in the bakery department. It is a literal reincarnation of a 7-pound legend. I know this sounds too good to be true, but stick with me, because the next one is the reason people are renewing their memberships in droves. We have to talk about the All-American chocolate cake, or, as it's now known in its witness protection program identity, the chocolate fudge cake. For 5 years, the bakery section felt empty. Ever since 2020, when Costco pulled the plug on that massive, 4-layer, fudge-filled monster, fans have been in mourning. I'm talking about a change. Org petition with over 8,000 signatures. People were literally begging corporate to bring back the chocolate coma. And finally, they blinked. But here's the secret. It's not exactly the same. The original was a 7-pound beast covered in chocolate shavings. The new version, the chocolate fudge cake, has slimmed down to about 6 pounds and ditched the shavings for a smooth, matte finish. Now, you might be asking, Kaka, does it still taste like my childhood? The consensus from the front lines? Yes. The rich, moist sponge is back. The dense fudge frosting that sticks to the roof of your mouth? Back. It's like an old friend who went to the gym and got a haircut. A little different on the outside, but the soul is still there. But it gets even more interesting when you move from the bakery to the beverage aisle. If you've been looking for the Kirkland signature sport drinks, you probably noticed the Death Star asterisk on the price tag late last year. Then, they just vanished. The internet went into a tailspin. Was it a supply chain issue? Was it the ingredients? Here's what's actually happening. Costco didn't kill it. They're retooling it. In my years of tracking warehouse resets, this is a classic move. When a Kirkland staple disappears without a clear replacement, it usually means a V2 is in development. Word from the warehouse floor is that they're resizing the bottles to be more competitive with Gatorade and Body Armor, and potentially cleaning up the label for a 2026 relaunch. So if you've been hoarding the last few blue raspberry bottles in your garage, hang tight. The hydration hero is coming back with a facelift. I know this sounds crazy, but the logic behind these moves is actually genius. They wait for the demand to hit a boiling point, then drop the new and improved version to capture the hype. But it gets even better, or at least more controversial. If you've ever felt betrayed by the healthy swaps in the food court, this next comeback is for you. For years, the rotisserie chicken Caesar salad was the only thing standing between us and a total pizza-induced food coma. Then, during the pandemic, it vanished. When it finally peeked its head back out, it looked different. Here's the deal. The OG version was $3.99 and used that mysterious white meat chicken. The 2026 version is officially a permanent staple again, but it's sitting at $6.99. Now, before you throw your hands up about the price hike, look at the ingredients. They finally did the smart thing. They're using the actual, legendary rotisserie chicken from the Deli. It's fresher, it's heartier, and let's be real, it's the only way a salad should be made at Costco. It's not just a comeback. It's an upgrade that actually makes sense. But there's one comeback that isn't about the food court at all. It's about the soul of every home baker in America. I'm talking about the Kirkland signature semi-sweet chocolate chips. In late 2024 and all through 2025, the red bag disappeared. In its place, Nestle Toll House. Now, no shade to Nestle, but Kirkland fans are a different breed. We know those Kirkland chips were dairy-free, higher in cocoa butter, and just plain better. Costco's excuse? Cocoa prices were hitting record highs, up nearly 200%. They basically told us, we can't sell these at a Kirkland price point without losing our shirts, so here's some Nestle instead. But here is the breaking news for 2026. The cocoa market is finally stabilizing, and internal reports are showing that Kirkland bags are hitting distribution centers as we speak. They won't be the same price you remember from 2019, and the bag size might be tweaked to keep that Costco value alive. But the original recipe, the one that makes your cookies actually taste like they came from a professional bakery, is officially coming home. So, there you have it. From the 7-pound cake resurrection to the return of the real deal chocolate chips, Costco is proving that discontinued doesn't always mean gone forever. It just means they were waiting for the right moment to make a grand entrance. Now, you've got your shopping list. You know what to look for. But before you head out, there's one more thing you need to know. Costco isn't just bringing things back. They are quietly testing a brand new value tier for some of their most expensive electronics and home goods that could save you even more than the Kirkland brand itself.